All right, man. We got here, man. To me, the Prince of VA right now, man. We got Pretty Boy the artist up here, man. How you feeling?
Shit, everything good, baby.
Yes, sir, man. To the people who don't know, tell them where you from.
Shit, I'm from this spot, no, baby.
All right.
Okay.
Now, like, coming from where you come from, like, how did that mold you into who you are as a person and an artist?
Shit, where I come from, man, it was a struggle to be who I ain't gonna say who I wanted to be, shit, who I was, but by the grace of God, I was strong enough to fight through that. And while fighting through it, I kind of developed like a tough layer of skin and whatnot. And, sometimes that shit come back to bite me in my ass because I'm so used to having that, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, my next question is, me personally, because I know you personally, we know Prince inspired you far as with the music. But was there anybody locally you can say like inspired you, or you didn't have no local inspiration?
Nah, I ain't had no local inspiration. I ain't never want to be like these niggas, bro.
Right.
Like, I feel like, man, I ain't not even one from real for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if it is, like, I don't see the remnants of them being real people. Like, real people come back to the community, man, and you can really lay hands on them, and you can see them out, out and about doing this, doing that, mingling with the people. That's what I do, So, and the people that I look up to, I seen them doing it. They don't act like they something bigger than what they are. All this, that. Motherfuckers can really put their hand on me, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I really take that I take that serious to be a person like if you know me, you can call me, you know what I'm saying? And no matter what I'm doing, I'm gonna pick the phone up and I'm gonna try to help you solve a problem. If you need this, I'm gonna try to do my best to do it. I ain't gonna look at the call and not answer it. Be like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Man, it's the times I've been in the studio with motherfuckers that, you know what I'm saying, they couldn't even dream of being in there with them. Somebody called me from home and they got an issue. And I walked out, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? All right, well, I'll fix it when I get back. You know what I mean? So that's just the type of person I am. That's what's lacking.
Now, I'm going to tell you my first introduction to you was the Kiss of Life song with Yon on, was it Street Gospel 4, I think? But when I first saw you, I saw the video, and niggas was like, bro, he from the hood, right? I'm like, y'all niggas lying. Because like I said, I don't really come outside for real unless it's something productive or whatever. But then I started working at 7-Eleven. Around this time, I think it's like 2020, you had got on stage with Teddy Riley, right? So I saw you come in 7-Eleven, man, you was on the late night. I'm like, boy, like, that's bro right there. Like, that's him. And then next thing you know, after that, I got in defense of him. I'm like, man, it's 1, 2 in the morning. Bro need to get up out this parking lot. Not because, like I said, you good on this side anyway, but it was more so like, man, you a trophy as far as the sense of you valuable, man. And I ain't want you to get caught in the midst of whatever was going on out here, not even on no violence, just the bullshit that go on in the hood anyway, man. So that was my first introduction to you was, I believe, Street Gospel 4, but doing my research, you've been out here for a minute though, man.
Yeah, man, and one of the reasons that I'm able to move so comfortably, at the time is because, man, I never put on a facade, you know what I'm saying? Ever. Ever was whatever, whether it was good or bad, And I know it's some stories or whatever, but I just am who I am, When you are who you are, you really don't got nothing to hide.
Right. Nah.
You gotta think, Jordan. I've been out here for a while, man. Anybody ever took nothing, no chain or
never heard a story.
robbed? I ain't got none of them type story.
No, never.
There's a reason why. You know what I'm saying?
Now look, this is my question. This is my question to you, and it's like a kind of me playing devil's advocate. Do you think when Teddy Riley brought you out on that stage, it was a help and a hindrance? Because since then, people were like, "Are you signed to Teddy Riley, or is he helping you?" It seemed like the focus wasn't necessarily on Pretty Boy; it was more focused on the attachment to who you was near.
I feel like it was more than anything, I feel like the Teddy Riley situation was how could I put it? A cosign more so than a sign. You know, even though he got up there and said what he said, I'm like, damn. I didn't get signed to him. I guess he planned on doing it, but you know, shit happens, bro. And Teddy got a lot of things, you know, that he got to handle still that, you know, make up hinder the situation from happening. But that was just a situation that let me know, like, damn, I'm working with something.
Right.
Like, this man, I just took it serious.
Now,
I didn't take this shit serious until probably a year after that.
Now, my question to you is like, as far as with that, how did you come across his radar? I don't believe I even know that story.
Instagram, bro. Oh, I think my homeboy Dominique was posting or something, man, and he just went up there and seen it, and one night he called me, and I'm in the bed and shit, and it was him on the phone. Like, nigga, this ain't him Teddy Riley on the phone. I ain't had me heard his voice. So after we talked, I went back and listened to an interview. I'm like, damn, that was that motherfucker that was just on that phone. And from there, you know, we went to, I performed at Coliseum and just started hanging out and shit. But I still talk to Teddy, man.
Okay.
Every other week, I still talk to him.
Okay. Now, I'll just kind of go back to the 7-Eleven days when I would see you. My question to you is...
You remember the 7-Eleven days, don't you?
Too much. I've been trying to forget some of those days, to be honest with you. But I asked that because you being who you are, so authentic, do it feel like sometimes you make yourself too accessible?
Oh, yeah. Because that's what I want to be. Man, I ain't no fault nigga, man.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like fault niggas just want to be put up and out of the way, all mysterious and this, that. You hide something. If you're going above and beyond to make yourself so inaccessible and so mysterious and so this that, nigga, what did you hide, man? I don't got nothing to hide. Nigga know I'm there most of the time. They can come pull up on me. Or they can call me. They can see me. I don't care about that. Because God ain't give me this to carry like that. God gave me this to help heal people, help talk to people, help people go through whatever they got going through or got going on. And in return, you know, it make my life easy. You know. So yeah, I mean, I'm accessible for a reason, man, because you're supposed to touch Jesus. You ain't could touch Jesus, man. They were walking around in the street.
For sure.
Street nigga.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Now,
I'm the same way.
Look,
I just do something different. I heal people in a different manner. You know what I'm saying?
right. Now, my question to you is, being close and near the industry, did that kind of sway you away from music sometimes? Because, like, these industry motherfuckers, they weird as a bitch. I'm gonna go ahead. They weird.
I'm gonna tell you a story. All right. So hold on. Let me say this. Let me tell you a real life story about some shit that happened. How you feel? Cool. So this was last year. I signed with these dudes in Hollywood, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember I was going back and forth to Hollywood?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. We're gonna skip all the way till Nick hit me one day like, look, we're about to put you on tour, man. Shit, all right, cool. I'm like, oh, oh, they say you put your tour with this nigga Daniel Caesar. I'm like, all right, I had heard a lot of his songs and shit. I said, I fuck with him. So I'm like, cool. They're like, look, you only got a week to get yourself situated because the tour is next week. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I round up all my niggas. If you round me and you can sing or hold a note or whatever, I'm gonna make you a background dancer. I'm a background singer. If you could dance, I round it up. All you dancers, some on with gay, some on with straight, some on with this, that, and the third. I ain't give a fuck. Just get behind me and dance. We go work on some routines and whatnot. Cool. Day of the show. First show was in DC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Daniel got to see. So, of course, I ain't do that. The next one was in Philly. All right? So, I make it to the sound check and I'm sitting there looking at shit. And I'm like, I tell my partner, I'm like, boy, this might not be a good matchup. Because it's set dark. He on the jump playing the piano and all the lights off and shit. I'm like, nigga, I'm about to go out there and really turn up. He laughed. He think I'm bullshitting. So now it's my chance to do my sound check, right?
Right.
Nigga, I bring that shit out like a Beyonce concert. And I started to see like people coming from all over the place, like with their phones on and shit. It's just a sound check, bro. And I see them coming out with phones and shit. And I'm looking around, I'm like, damn, you motherfuckers must really enjoy this shit. So, after it was all said and done, my partner, he was like, look, let's go back to the hotel. He said, grab everything. So I got Big Wheel and my DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I got all these background dancers and singers. I got my other homeboy with me. He managed me at the time. Everybody just moving as a unit. So I get back to the hotel. Nigga, my girl in there going through my phone. I go with her. Then I heard a knock at the door. Boom! I said, shit. I said, I wonder what the fuck that is. So I open the door. It's my partner. I said, boy. I said, first I look out like, what's wrong? He said, look, come sit down. I want to tell you something. I said, shit. So when he sit down, he like, hey, look, man, they kick you off this tour, man. I said, nigga, what? I said, nigga, why? He said, man, he said, you came outside and they ain't at. I said, nigga, he came way up here. Man, his daddy home died, bro. His daddy had just died that night. He up there with me. You know what I'm saying? I said, nigga, we came way up here, though, just to get turned back around, but niggas too good. And I ain't gonna lie, bro, after that, shit got so fucked up with that label shit, it tore niggas apart. And I went on the hiatus. Not because it discouraged me, but it kind of like fucked me up because I'm like, damn, I thought being good was a good thing. But hell, that shit, it ain't worked out in my favor that day, so. But here's the thing though. About a week or two ago, they hit me back. And I imagine, bro, this been over a year ago. They hit me back and like, look, we want to move forward. You know what I mean? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens from there. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, I got to say this while I'm up here on this phone, because I don't know, you know this, but like since April, the end of April going into mid-May, I had 5 deaths back to back personally. Not people that I just, hey, how you doing? Like people I knew personally. One of them happened to be who he always spoke highly of you, Doe Cuffy. Rest in peace to him, by the way. You know, me and him would go live and, you know, we would talk about his days of when he was out there active, and he would just tell me like, man, I'm 757 records, I'm getting tired, and, you know, I'm getting tired, and I'm thinking he just talking about getting tired of the music. So I talked to him that Friday, and then a couple of days later, he was in the hospital, and his brother called me, like, he rushed to the hospital, he passed away. So him and, of course, the other 4 deaths kind of gave me a motivation, like, Jordan, if you're gonna do this now, because he kept telling me, like, Jordan, it's time for me to pass down the torch to you. And through the process of that talking, he kept saying, man, the only nigga I see out here that can make it out is Pretty Boy. Like, and this ain't me just telling you this because I'm on the phone with you. He said, man, Prince, that's that one. He said, everybody want to go after the rappers. Prince the one that got the potential to get out of here. So, like I said, since April, part of me being dedicated, me going hard it's like in the back of my mind, Doe telling me like it's your time to take the torch now.
Yeah, and that's. I will be honest with you. That's why I make myself so accessible to people, bro. Because like I really care about people, dog.
Right.
I didn't know that man thought that. I don't even know who that man is, bro. But to know that a person like that would think of me in such a high regard, and I don't know him. Why is my phone going on? My shit on that stuff. You never know when somebody a person last day on earth, bro. So I try to really take that into consideration talking to people.
I mean, to give a little small background on Doe, he had the battle rap league. You know, through his battle rap, I think Squeak, who from Chesapeake, who ended up going on Smack, came through Doe Battle League. Ty Pretty, I don't know if he came through the Battle League, but I know Rich Fetty, he also was on that. Yeah, he also was on through Doe Battle League too. So then he used to do the BYOBs at different locations and everything. But you know, we would go live about music. He'd be like, man, who you got up here 757, and he got certain artists from out the way where he from. He'd be like, man, hey, put him on his mixtape. So, and I'd be like, Doe, I can't, cause this is why he kind of in the way right now, you know. But he always mentioned your name in high regard, though, Prince, like really. And like I said, I ain't just saying this to him on the phone with you. He always said, man, Prince got the potential to make it out of here.
You know, my heart go out to his family, man.
For sure.
Shit, that's a hell of a thing.
Yeah, man. And then, too, without saying too much, man, I appreciate you for bringing me around you and your team, even though, you know, like I said, was younger, wilder around those times, I'm way more mature now. But I'm grateful for you for bringing me around your team when you did, though. Because, like I said, this go back to your character, everybody that went to put me in that position to be around those type of people. Like I said, you know, and I always gonna hold you in high respect for that.
Yeah, for sure. Man, listen, man. I've been around so much crazy shit in my life. I'm used to it. You see what I'm saying? I just know how to manage myself better.
Right.
I mean, I'm just as crazy as you, bro. That's why I recognized that day. I said, yeah, Jordan crazy. I said, let me go and get Jordan up out of here in a respectful way, because I ain't want nobody else to see what was going on.
Right.
But you had went above and beyond. And I said, God damn, because nobody else already, I'll take him home.
Man,
Take him home. I understand it all. Can't be in here right now.
For sure, but
I ain't gonna not fuck with him. I ain't gonna go online and talk about it. I ain't gonna treat you no different. Just he gotta get out of here. There's too many guns in here. Good, grab him. He gotta go. But look, like I said, I grew up around crazy people.
Right.
I'm crazy myself.
Right.
Just know how to handle it.
Well, like I say, now I'll be 28 in October. Like I said though, Prince, I'll be 28 in October, 30 in 2 more years, man. Like all the dumb shit, that shit is in the past with me, bro. And you know, through like therapy, that's why I encourage black men to go to therapy and figure out what's your niche. To when you feel a certain way, I can pull back. Like me, exercising, I like to do that. Listen to music, sports related. So when I feel like you know, when I gotta separate myself, I just go in the house and isolate myself. Like Jordan, you just need to get yourself together and get away from whatever got you feeling a certain way. Because I ain't gonna lie, Prince, certain stuff happening nowadays. I'm like, Jordan, did you get soft or something, bro? But in reality, it ain't that you got soft. It's just you ain't reacting to the shit that you used to react to.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you'll end up in jail.
For sure.
You'll end up in jail. And I'm going to tell you a story about it. Nigga, I don't know where I heard the story from, but they said this. It was his nigga first day in prison. He had just got sentenced to 100 years, right? So he go to his prison, he sees prison mates, prison cellmate. And they say, yeah, how long you in here for? And they say 100 years. And he asked him, he said, how long did it take? And the dude was like, what you mean? He said, how long did it take? Dude still didn't understand. He said, well, what you do? He said, I killed somebody. He said, I'm going to ask you again, how long did it take for you to pull the trigger and kill him? And that's what dude said. He said, probably like 2-3 seconds. So the dude looked at him and said, so you telling me 3 seconds of your life caused you to be in here for 100 years? And you got to think like that before you react to certain shit, because a nigga will put you in a position to throw your life away. In 3 seconds, you could just said 3 seconds, you think and say, damn, man, this shit really going to work for me. They got 9 niggas in prison, bro, and they in there crying abuse. They just want to come out and sleep in their own bed. I told my homeboy the other day, he said, man, I said, man, what you miss the most, bro? I'm thinking you about to say money, bitches, cars, clothes. He said, man, I just sleep in my own bed. I had to hear these niggas scream at night. That's what we got to start thinking. Even myself.
You know,
I ain't as crazy as I used to be.
Now, when you saying that, like, it made me think, because it was learning how to use your intelligence over your emotions, you know what I'm saying, and really thinking it out. Because regardless of when I'm out, my intentions is to make it back home at the end of the night. You know, that's always the intention, to make it back home. And my thing too now is, man, if somebody got something crazy to say about me, I just let them run with that narrative now, because people want reactions out of you now, man. And then when something go down, they want to play the victim behind the situation, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, around that time, I can honestly say a lot of the stuff of the bullshit, majority of the bullshit I've gotten into, and I'd say this me owning accountability for it, because it's me doing it off the strength of somebody close to me putting a bug in my ear, and because I'm on some trying to be loyal shit, oh, he don't like you, my homeboy don't like you, so I'm on that same tight time, you know what I'm saying? And then I realized that, like, man, I ain't doing nothing but hurting my mom. I'm not doing nothing but hurting.
You don't hurt your dad, you don't hurt your aunt, your grandma, the people that really not.
Right.
They ain't gonna do shit when it come down to it, they gonna tell them.
Boy.
and this is the thing, right? I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of times when you meet a person, my nigga, you got a mask on. Right?
Right.
Reason that I get into a lot of situations with people, I don't get into it with everybody, but it's certain people that got a mask on. I don't wear no fucking mask.
Right.
Who I am is who I am. When I'm crowd of people, that crowd of people, this group, that group, wear no fucking mask. I might be a little aggressive. It's just who I am. But I don't wear a mask, meaning I don't try to conceal my intention. I don't try to act like I'm this way, act like I'm that way. And when you deal with people that wear masks, it's dangerous, because you don't know who they are until it's too late. And then when you pull that mask off, you can actually see who's running that mask. That's another thing. Don't scare the shit out of you.
For sure. And I gotta say this too, alluding to the crazy thing. I tell people this: even I told my therapist this, where I come from, you're not gonna meet the same person. Now it's people that have level of different sanities. I mean, of course, going to by the clinical terms, but the average shit that gets seen out there, it's not normal. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a while to understand, like, bro, it's not normal to go to sleep and you waking up to gunshots. It's not normal to be talking to somebody Monday, then Monday night he's dead. You know what I'm saying? That's not normal. So would it in turn make you really, like, you gotta normalize it. So now it's like I gotta get on bullshit with somebody because it's only a matter of time before somebody try me. You get what I'm saying? Instead of being on some shit like, man, I'm not going out here starting no issues. I'm really gonna just be on some chill. Now it's like you overly paranoid because I'm driving down the street where my homeboy got shot. I'm going down this street, so you getting constant reminders of, like, man, I gotta be on extra point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was look, I'm coming up out this, bro. This dude, right? He used to come and scam me. He used to wear a Jason mask. I don't know why he used to wear that shit. But I used to be outside playing, and I remember I used to be sitting on his light bulb, and he'd just walk around the corner with that Jason mask on. It scared the shit out of me, and I'd run. So I'm like, mama, like, such just put that mask. I knew who it was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, put that mask on. She said, she's coming outside. She said, stop scaring my grandson with that mask. Yeah. Fast forward. She walking me home from school. I used to go to ECC. And while I'm walking, we got her gunshots. And I look to my right, and I see a man laying on the sidewalk, but he in the street, but the sidewalk is like right here. He laying in the street. And I see that same dude with that Jason mask. He got that gun to the dude that's on the ground, pull the trigger, hit him in his head. And I remember this lady saying, "Yeah, come in the house." She opened the door and I look through the window and I see, you know what I'm saying? I see him, they come on, and I see him go and run through the alleyway. That same dude was years later, he ended up playing a major role in my life. And he kind of taught me like how to be a man.
Right.
And to some people, he would be the worst person in the world, just knowing that shit that he did. But for me, I didn't see him as that. I see him as a person that really, you know, tried to guide me the right way and shit. And I said like, not all people that have done bad things are bad people. Sometimes they gotta do certain shit that they gotta do to survive. Like, cool, he wasn't a bad person. Me, I've never seen that side of him.
Right.
But I remember when I seen when I was a kid, I always kept that shit back in my mind.
Right.
That shit fucked me up. Seeing that, I was like, probably like 6 years old.
And my thing is too, like, man, my granddad ran the Boys Club in Berkeley, which anybody that know me personally or just knows that that's what he did. You get what I'm saying? But it was a point in time where going into my sophomore year, my mom got sick, and you know we ended up having issues losing our house. But before then, like, I can still close my eyes and visually see me and my 2 sisters. We under the cover and we trying to produce like some body heat to stay warm. So, you know, before then, I was playing basketball in high school. I was working. You know, by that time, it was like, man, something got to give. And that's where a nigga really jumped off that porch. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say is I know so many dudes that they not bad people. It's just they circumstance put them in certain situations where they got to do what they got to do.
Yeah.
And I don't think that, you know, a lot of people, especially from the hood, they get dehumanize or he's a victim or he's an animal, but they don't sit here and take the time to understand his background or the trauma that person has been through, and I'm not trying to get racial with it, but a white person can be a drug addict and they're going to give him counseling when he go to court. A black man go to court and have a drug problem, they just going to throw him in jail, you know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, man, well, we come from a real place, bro.
Nah, we come from a real place, and you would think, man, all the people that are killing it on the scene, man, in person, would desensitize me, like, a lot of shit, but it actually made me more sensitive. So now, it actually made me a lot more softer as a person, to where I got a major heart for people, and I can really feel people's pain. Because I've seen, ain't nothing like seeing a homeboy, man, in the clothes that you gave a couple of days ago, and you go and you walk down the street, and somebody call you and say, "Cuz already dead," and you go see him laying on the street with his brain going out, you got your clothes on. To me, that was God saying, "Damn, nigga, this could have been you." You know what I'm saying? And I often think about it, man. You had same clothes that I gave you on that night you got killed. I never forget that. I don't know if you get screams that heard your grandma scream that night. It was almost shit just stuck in my head. Because I know what that scream, I know what those screams mean. It's like, damn, my baby gone. Never come back.
Wow, man. And my therapist, me and her had a conversation, and like I said, she diagnosed me with having PTSD, which I've spoken on in interviews, and I'm passionate about mental health. So one day she had me write down the number of people I knew, and mind you, these personal people that I've known that passed away, not just necessarily violence, family members, and I wrote down 40 names, man. 27 years old with 40 people that that are no longer here. And although the trend of me losing people started at a young age, there's two people that stick out that passed away. First off, Karan, which people on the South knew him as Butler, and he everybody knew him on the South, but he had went to Booker T with me. And this memory, I ain't really spoke on it, but one day I'm coming out my house and he walking down the street with Turtle. Now, that's my little cousin who ended up passing away a year and some change from Karan. Yeah. And Karan, and Turtle in front of my grandma's house, we talking, and I'm telling Karan then about some music, me trying to do music. Man, this 2015, and Karan like, yeah, he walking with Turtle. He like, yeah, I'm about to go out there. I know some rappers and da-da-da-da. And he walked down the street, and I think it was either he passed away because either his birthday come first, then his death anniversary, or his death anniversary, then his birthday. I don't know. I get the two mixed up, but that was my last time seeing him, and then that's just. And then also what was going on with my living circumstance, that shit just kind of threw me to the left. Like, I ain't care about school. I ain't care about nothing. Because I'm like, bro, I just was literally, him and Turtle really just came right past my grandma's gate. And we had a whole conversation, about a 30-minute conversation. And they ended up goddamn walking down the street towards the park. And like I said, years some change later, Turtle no longer here. So when you were speaking on that story about the person you get close to and their blood, I don't think people understand that you could be having a good moment and then that grief just hits you out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because you gotta think how that play psychologically, right? So the night before, he was in the house playing bad or something. And he like, man, cause I need some clothes. I always had all the clothes in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I always had all the clothes. So niggas would come to me and trade shit. I give them some clothes. I just had so much clothes, I ain't know what to do with. So he like, hey, Let me get some outfits. I know what kind of mood I am from here. I'm probably gonna say, whatever, cool, or go look through the shit or whatever. Get about 3-4 outfits, right? Get him, I take a cigarette from him. I said, "But you don't give me a cigarette." Gave me a cigarette. He said, "I'm gonna see you tomorrow," right? Fast forward. They call me like, "Yo, Trevor, are you dead?" I'm like, "What?" I stopped what I was doing. I was waiting answers, so I had to fly the message. And that's when I see all the tape and shit. I walk around and I look at it. I said, "Damn, it's so funny." It's one of the outfits. Me and one of the outfits that I gave.
Damn.
I just heard a scream. And I look, and in this, that's his brother. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that scream, though, to this day, I ain't never heard a scream like that. And all that was like, that hurt on me. I'm always on Messi.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially around that time, Messi was popping. So, just to walk into something and see that shit changed, dog.
Right. For sure.
20 people get killed. This was when I was probably like 19 girls.
Right. Yeah, man. And then, like, to switch the topic a little bit more lighter topic, man. When we talk about like that side of town with music, I don't think people really sit here and calculate how talented the side is, bro, with music, man. Sports, everything, man. I don't think that nobody sat down and really like, dang, this person that came from that side. Do you think that in the prime of it, because I think we probably pretty much past the prime time, like this more like the YN era, if people would have came together, it could have been a possible of a CMG. It might not have been to that level. It could have been, like, you never know. But if people would have came together, there would have been an Empire in VA.
Probably, but you gotta think, man, Virginia ain't a place where, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you why Virginia ain't come together. For one, the one or two niggas that's from here that's really been something. Let's just say we were Atlanta. There's so many niggas in Atlanta that's the niggas, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't care because it's already 50 motherfuckers that's home.
Right.
Some place that only got 1, 2, or 3 motherfuckers that's home. They want to hold that throne. They ain't trying to let nobody else in. They want to be the nigga. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So
until we get 1, 2, 3, 4, like 10 motherfuckers on to where it's a plethora of people that's actually doing something, we're gonna always be this way. Or somebody like me that, listen, man, all the time in Atlanta, if I know something can happen, I'm gonna call you and tell you. I ain't gatekeep it. I ain't gonna try to get nothing off it. You gotta think, cuz. You gotta look at the shit that I've already done, right?
Right.
I've literally went into the projects with a camera phone. Found a nigga that could sing that ain't got, listen. Found a nigga, I don't know where he came from. I ain't know if he was on drugs, did that, and third. Homeless. Found a nigga that could sing. Somebody told me, hey, this nigga out here singing.
Right.
Already had the hood about the shit going on. This shit was already going on. Right? I said, where he at? I'm coming. Got him in front of that camera, sung with him. Next thing you know, that shit all over the world. And you know what I told him?
What's that?
They may set you a fucking page up and learn how to work the internet, nigga. I ain't asking for that. I ain't trying to jump on and say, hey, man, come on, let me set it up, let me do this, let me say, nigga, set you up a page and keep going.
Right.
I didn't watch it, I'm done. Man, for these niggas who want to do that, man, you're not gonna do that, bro.
Now, it's funny you say that, man, because I've seen you in your story talk about your light, man. Do you feel like sometimes your light is so bright? Because, like I said this on Instagram yesterday, and that's why I say, even, like, I could tell if niggas was hustlers, they would be some hating niggas because, but I could be a P nigga as a nigga, I see him as a zip nigga and he moved past me. I ain't gonna be the nigga that be like, oh, this nigga this or that, or I'm the one that did it for him. Man, that young nigga get him some money, or that nigga goddamn, I remember them days when he was starving and now he goddamn doing it. But everybody don't have that mindset because they think the next person doing better than them is gonna dim their light. In reality, you know, you yourself, you're only supposed to be in competition with yourself.
I mean, that's my whole life story, bro. I always been this way.
Right.
I always been the type nigga that I take the light off me and put it on somebody else. I put niggas in rooms just for being around me that rooms that never get in their fucking life.
Right.
Because I'm not attached to it. And the same motherfuckers will turn around. When it don't work out, how they supposed to work out because of that? They get mad at me. I don't think you're supposed to sit the fuck, shut the fuck up. Come on. And everything will be cool. And niggas will get that light right that I shine on them. They not used to that light here at home. And start exposing their flaws. If that light shine bright, you don't see. It started exposure because you're not used to it. And then you start acting different than you were before you even had that light on. And now you fucked it up for the both of us.
Look, I gotta say this because he just joined. Doe Cuffy, his brother just joined the live, man. The one I was telling you about that always spoke highly of you, man. His brother, who I met Doe through his brother, he just joined the live, man. And that's why I say vibrations, how they work in the frequency, man. Because I didn't even think he was gonna get on this live because he was at work.
But man, listen, man, I love him. I don't even know who it is, but I love him. That's all I really got for people, man. Love. Sometimes, you know, that's all it is. That's all it's. Man, listen. It's enough hate in this world. Somebody got to show something, bro.
For sure. Now, my question, I got two more questions of you because I ain't trying to hold you up for too much longer. My first question is, the last project you dropped it to where people could pay to get it. Now,
Yeah.
to me who know about music in the business, that was very smart. But to the ones who don't understand the logic behind that, can you explain what that was about?
Basically, man, I'm getting people, I'm the pastor. You know what I'm saying? I'm passing that cholesterol around. Hey, listen, man, you know, I'm going to get up here and sing with roof on the place. And I don't finish. I pass the cholesterol around. There's a poop that we got. They reach that part. Say, go in that bag. Go in that cash up. Yeah, man, yeah. Pay what you want, man. I ain't gonna put no price on it. If you got $5, pay it. If you got 20, pay that. If you feel so good, well, you got $150, $200, $5 to spend. Yeah. And you'll be amazed when people sing it.
Because I say all that to say, back about the business, you know, people get misled by these streams, not knowing it takes 80 streams to make $1. You know, 80 streams on Apple Music just to make $1. So,
Man, listen, man, I probably put money off the album. The motherfuckers that got this shit on Spotify and made it. 10 years on that shit. Because at the end of the day, that goes back to me actually engaging with people, you know?
right.
I ain't a nigga that's just gonna, I'll come talk to you. I done put my number up before and told people, look, man, you better jump, send a proof support, I'm gonna get on the phone and talk to you. You'd be amazed when people say they call their phone, man. And it opened my eyes up because I didn't know that people felt that way So at the end of the day, I must be doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
All right. And then my next question is, what's next for Pretty Boy, man? What can we look forward to, man?
It's for me to finally give 100%.
Mm.
Because I ain't gonna lie, bro, I would probably give it 30. But that 30, the 30% that I would give, shit ain't work.
That's scary that's you at 30% though, bro.
Man, the whole time, man, I've been doing this, I've only been operating at 30%. Because at the end of the day, man, my 30 is a nigga's 150.
Right.
These niggas ain't really putting their all into this shit, dog. But I'm saying these songs, nigga, I'm saying, I'm waking up ancestors. I ain't just getting out of that hooping about who got the fast ass. I'm talking about real pain. I come from a real place, bro. I ain't seen real shit. I got to talk about that, and that shit resonates through whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever come up, that shit come from a real place. I ain't up here. I ain't like the rest of these niggas from Virginia, dog. It's talking about some shit that they can see another nigga do. Or some shit that they didn't
heard.
Talk about the shit that I didn't seen. I didn't been in the room, been on the street with it, been over here with it, done it. Like I said, it's the reason I can move around here, dog. They don't gotta. You know what I'm saying?
No question. Now,
I gotta do that, man.
Now, look, I know I had two questions, but I promise this is the last one. Like, you know, I'm big on like trying to lead the youth in the right direction, because me personally, what they hear in the music or what they see in the movies or what they be told, they only get one part of the streets, the glitz and glamour, but they're not being told the downfalls. So to anybody that's watching who want to be different or stay different, but he may feel like he an outcast because he is different, what's your message to him to continue to stay on the right path?
Oh, just find balance, man. It's okay to be from wherever you're from. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because that shit gonna teach you certain life lessons anyway. The street taught me a lot of life lessons, so I never take away from that. But certain rooms that you have to get in that street shit gonna get you up out of there. This happened to me. A lot of times. Yeah, I got in there because of my skill set, but my mentality from being so, you know what I mean? Got me out of there as fast as I got in. By the grace of God, I'm able to still keep relationships and people still want to work and say, all right, well, let's try this again. But you can't. You got to pick one at the end of the day. You got to pick one. You got to. Because in order to be in the streets, you got to have a certain type of mindset. In order to be an artist, you got to have a certain type of mindset. You can't intertwine them both.
Right.
Okay, man. I tried. It didn't work out for me.
For sure. And like I said, man, I want to appreciate you for taking the time out to do this, man. You ain't had to do this, but I appreciate you, bro. And like
I'm always do whatever you, with that reason, whatever you ask me to do, bro, because I know I can do the same for you.
For sure.
We come from the same place, and you never showed me. You just showed me that you're crazy, but you showed me that. You never showed me that you were fucking.
Right.
You know, I can deal with crazy. I grew up around it. I stayed in houses with it. Anything you can imagine, I've dealt with it. So, what I can't deal with is fuck.
Right.
Because the world is infested with that shit, man. I just feel like, man, who gonna be a change in that fuck all this other shit? Who gonna be a change in the world? Just being somebody that care.
Right.
Goddamn, no, she don't care about nobody. That's just what it is. Oh, Joe, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, man. Like I say, Pretty Boy, man. Give them the social media handles too while we up here.
Oh, everything is Pretty Boy the artist, man. Everything. And when you go donate, and when you go get that album, pay what you want. Don't shortchange. Thank you. Because I ain't gonna shortchange.
For sure, man. Like I say, much love, man.